Now it's back to school time, and by now parents have stocked up on all the essentials like school bags, books and uniforms, but there's always room for a few extras. So our tech expert Colin Baker is here, and he went on the hunt to find the coolest gadgets to help ease the return to school for older children. Good morning to you, Colin.
Older children.
Speaking of older children. Yes, like yourself.
And yourself. Look who's talking.
What have you got for us this morning?
Well, look, you've talked about all the other bits and pieces and food and backpacks and whatnot, but technology has become a huge element of education in schools. We actually look after, my day job, we look after schools and their smart boards and their tablets, and it really has become pivotal for teaching and for students. And so actually getting the right thing is really important and critical to the year ahead. Starting off with a new technology that I haven't seen before. This only came out in the last few weeks, and it's called digital paper. The actual tech's been out for a while, but I haven't seen it in this form before. So this is literally the replacement of a notepad.
Right.
And if you feel it there, it's super light.
Yeah.
It's literally as light as a piece of paper. And it is literally digital paper. There's nothing else to this. This doesn't recharge. The battery inside lasts about 2 years. They're about 29 quid. You write with the stylus that comes with it on screen there. It stays on. It doesn't even turn off. And then when you want to wipe it, I don't know if camera 3 can see it there. And you hit the trash button there, it wipes, and then you write again. So for people who aren't necessarily very quick on writing or typing on a keyboard,
so
this is great
just for taking
quick
notes.
Scratch notes and sketches while maybe the teacher is talking, and you can quickly shorthand write things down. I find to-do lists much easier to write out. It's much easier to see
like
what
for
you're
today,
doing.
like just for today, and then you, at the end of the day, go,
there's no 50
pages,
there's no memory on it, nothing like that. It's literally scribble, scratch and delete. €29. So really, really handy for someone who might be slower on typing and wants to take notes with, with handwriting instead.
Blue light filter glasses.
Yeah, this is something I picked up in January. I'd heard mixed reports about them. This effectively filters out the blue end of the lighting spectrum that's particularly pronounced on screen. So your phone screen, tablet screen, laptop screen. The part of the light and the UV end of the light that causes that sort of wear on your eyes.
Like fatigue.
That fatigue and tiredness in your eyes after you've been looking at these screens. And God knows we're looking at a lot of screens for a long time. And more importantly in school as well, working away on an assignment or whatever. But effectively, it just filters out that light. I got them in January. As I said, I'd heard mixed reports. I found it really, really comfortable. I get less fatigue. I still try and take as many breaks from screens as I can, which is highly recommended. But this just means that I have less dry eye, less fatigue at the end of a long screen
when you put a pair of sunglasses on you, it's a different...
It does. Like,
different
do
light
you know the
levels.
other thing? It actually makes everything look sunnier.
Oh, right. Okay. So it's brighter.
That's a separate thing. But as it happens, it just filters out the blue end of the spectrum, and it just is more comfortable and less fatigue-inducing than just looking at screens without
Interesting.
In
my
job, I'm doing this a lot, so this really has...
They're €29.
So inexpensive, and I found them very effective.
Okay, the padded laptop and device backpack.
Now, again, we mentioned about bringing tablets and computers and phones back and forth to school, and I've often seen students and kids with regular sports bags and dumping the laptop or the tablet into a sports bag, and there's a bottle of water or whatever. A proper laptop or device carrier bag like this or backpack is really, really handy. In fact, not just handy, it's vital. These are padded for the tablet, padded for the laptop separately. They've also got an audio and USB jack on the side. So if you want to leave your devices inside, or you want to leave your charger, you know, those battery chargers inside, and charge your phone externally, you can do, or leave your phone inside. There's actually I really like this feature. This section here is sort of a really discreet hidden phone section, padded phone section. So when you have your phone in there, it means it's not in your pocket. If you're traveling on the train or bus or whatever, and you're wearing it, of course you can't access that section. So very handy in terms of security, because when you're going through crowds, obviously, and you have a backpack, there's a chance people will nab things out of your bag. So really handy, €29, so inexpensive as well.
And the thing is, isn't it, when you get a good backpack like that, it does cut down on back problems over the years.
Yeah. Plenty of padding is the trick, plenty of support. That's weatherproof as well, so the zips and the fabric is weatherproof. So it just protects your devices from damage, from dropping or from even rain.
The alarm clock.
Yeah, I've started turning my phone off at night, which of course means you don't have your alarm on your phone. I did try privacy mode and everything, but I felt leaving it off meant I just ended up sleeping better. And I'm reading this 5 a.m. club thing. Have you ever read
No.
that? It's a bit mad, but it's basically convincing you to get up at 5 a.m. I've only been doing it for a week and it hasn't worked yet, but we'll see.
Well, on this show, that's not too much off.
You're probably pretty good at it.
Especially next week when we go to 7.
This is an alarm clock in its own right. It's also a wireless charger. It's also a Bluetooth speaker. So we hit some music there and you'll see what I mean. So when I drop like my phone is an iPhone X, and you can drop it straight down and it actually charges when I put it in there. So it's a really good bedside radio alarm clock with a built-in speaker and charger. So great for getting you up in the morning. Even if you turn off your phone, that alarm clock still functions without it. So I found it very handy in that sense. And also as a speaker for the room.
Okay, the Apple iPad.
This, again, I mentioned schools are using technology more and more. iPads, some schools, I don't know if you know this, but some schools don't have books anymore. They're just using iPads. And then the content is fed to each individual student from the teacher. Apple have platforms on the iPad that allow the teacher to control exactly what they see.
So this is all you're bringing to school instead of a load of books?
Exactly, yes, that's it.
Now, or something similar? That's
their very latest one. And what's the difference along the way? Look, like laptops, they get more advanced. The screen gets, in this case, this is the 7th gen. They start off around €379. So it's actually quite good value for the hardware and functionality you're getting. The screen's a little bit bigger on this one versus the last one. And the big change they've made now is kind of like this. They've got a thing called an Apple Pencil that works with them as well. They are sold separately, so they're about £100. But if you are into the artsy, craftsy design element at all, then the Pencil is quite a handy addition and accessory.
And I'm going to pass this over to you because you want to talk about this.
Yeah, look, people ask my advice on computers to buy all the time. And anyone who's been dealing with me or talked to me before about this will know I'm a huge fan of factory refurbished professional equipment. And I'll tell you why. Really, really good laptops are really expensive. It's that simple. £1,500. Corporates buy them. We don't. What they do after 2 years is they expire them, the factories refurbish them, and they end up giving us a deal. So this type, that's my own laptop we're looking at. They're about $499 now, whereas if you bought them new, they're about €1,500. Right. The difference is much longer life. I believe computers should last years, not a year or two. They should last 6, 7, 8 years.
$1,500, 2 years is not a great return.
No, but corporates don't mind. They'll replace it in 2 years. No big deal.
For you, for an average person,
Exactly. And we're getting the advantage of that. So for about $499 in the case of this one, as I say, that's my one. It has more features, more functions. That'll last me 6 or 7 years ahead. The warranty is just as good. It's still a year from the manufacturer. And the nice thing about them is they're tough as nails.
I'm glad that's your one. I'm glad that's your own one that you're backing.
Well, yeah, I've done that a few times. But they're what's called mil-spec. So they're designed to be durable and robust, exactly, and inexpensive. What I don't like to see is people looking at cheaper laptops and ending up going for a laptop because it looks nice. Yeah. That's the big problem.
Well, lots of people
they end up with something that's fragile, lasts maybe 18 months, and then they're out shopping for a new one, you know?
Oh, before you break anything else, then we're going to say thank you very much, Carl.